Los Angeles. Everybody's a dreamer. Everybody's a star. Everybody's in pictures. Doesn't matter who you are. Beverly Hills, Sunset Strip, Hollywood Boulevard. Los Angeles, land of sunshine and crack. In LA County, they've been dealing with crack babies much longer than we have back east. You look at LA and you see our future. And they have developed some early intervention programs in Los Angeles that point out how many babies, if treated properly, adequately, and at the proper age at birth, can be saved.
Lisa is 4. She is also hyperactive. The hyperactivity seems to be a direct result of the fact that her mother loved crack more than life itself. Lisa is part of our future. She is a crack baby. She and the problems she inherited at birth are on the horizon. They are an issue we are about to confront.
The educational system is going to be the system that's hardest hit by these children. They're going to have to, in a way, change their curriculums to suit these children's learning abilities. For instance, these children are very distractible, so they need to be in quiet classrooms, they need to be in small groups. They're also children who cannot handle transition or changes. They like the same thing.
Dr. Judy Howard of the UCLA School of Medicine was the first to track and study the development of these children.
Well, this is a little boy who is a preemie and who was not exposed, and he's got a very nice slow tempo in his play, and he's quite organized. And at 18 months, children begin to see how they can match and combine toys, and he's trying, here it's obscured, but he's trying to put the baby, a big baby, on a little chair, and he gets kind of confused about it and looks around to see what else he can do with it. Now, this is a little boy who was exposed prenatally to cocaine and was not a preemie, and he's very disorganized in his play. He doesn't really match the toys or combine them, and he doesn't really show much imagination. This is a little girl who was exposed prenatally to heroin and methadone, and this is the kind of behavior we're seeing over and over again in the bulk of these children. It's very frightening, and the possibility of them having problems later on in organization of time and in taking a work schedule and working with others, it's going to be a massive problem.
2 years ago, a group of educators, pediatricians, and social workers in Los Angeles joined forces to develop a pilot project to try to figure out new ways to meet the special needs of these children.
The people on the bus go up and down, go up and down, go up and down.
At first glance, the Salvin Special Education School looks like a typical preschool. Children playing, singing, designing clay figures and playing ball. But at closer look, their difficulties become evident.
Can you touch your toes with the ball? Can you bend down and touch your toes with the ball? Can you do that to your toes? Let's see. Let's touch your toes. I'll touch your toes. I will touch your toes with the ball. Can you touch your toes with the ball? Let me see. Can you touch your toes with the ball? Very good. Let me see you touch the other foot.
Carl displays behavior often typical of so-called drug babies. He is slow, behind in verbal skills, and he does not react to the toys and other children around him. Andre and Michael have trouble with fine motor skills like cutting and pasting. And teachers are trying to get Lisa's overactive behavior under control. So far, early intervention seems to be working.
I think we look individually at children, see what the problem that particular child has, develop strategies for that particular child, and then work with it. I think one of the things that we've been able to give these children is almost like an internal clock, so that they know what time you're going to do this and what time you're going to do that. And not one of our children, when they arrive, have that. They're just scattered.
What I want you to do when I assign you to that table is read the instructions, but I don't really want you to control the activity.
Children are referred to the program by hospitals, social service agencies, and foster care providers, yet only a few will be accepted. For those fortunate few, the Los Angeles Unified School District pays up to $18,000 a year to educate each child. It pays only $4,000 a year per child in its regular classrooms.
You can do this one. I think that the majority of them are going to be somewhat limited in their ability to be really productive citizens who are creative, who can have meaningful relationships. There will be some that will escape the problems of prenatal drug exposures. There's some who escape the alcohol their mothers ingest. But the majority of them will have problems later on.
Experts agree we have two options. Either get mothers into treatment programs before their babies are born, or prepare to deal with a group of troubled children. Pay me now or pay me later.
Children that are difficult to control in the classroom, and children who later on when they get out of the classroom are difficult to control. These are the children who are at high risk for going into juvenile courts, for sure.
1987, San Diego. Pamela Ray Stewart, arrested and prosecuted. The charge, she contributed to the death of her baby by doing drugs during her pregnancy. 1989, Washington, D.C. Brenda Vaughn pled guilty to a bad check charge and was given a prison term rather than probation when the judge learned she was 7 months pregnant and tested positive for cocaine. July 1989, Florida. Jennifer Johnson, guilty on 2 counts of delivery of a controlled substance to a minor. Sentence, 15 years probation. August 1989, Brockton, Massachusetts. Josephine Pellegrini became the first person to be charged under the state's drug trafficking statute for distributing cocaine to a fetus. District Attorney William O'Malley is the prosecutor.
What this case involves in a conceptual sense is the right to existence free from the effects of illegal drugs on a fetus that's viable.
Criminal prosecution is exactly the wrong way to go. The idea here is to get these women into prenatal care, get these women into situations where their babies would be cared for. If you start turning the doctor into a policeman, these women won't go for care.
The father of Pellegrini's baby is Aaron Jackson. He is now serving a 2-year sentence at the Plymouth House of Correction for burning the baby's feet with a cigarette.
Did you know his mother was smoking coke? Or?
Yeah, I did at the time, yeah.
Were you smoking coke?
Yeah, I was at the time, yeah.
So it never occurred to you through that haze?
Yeah, it did occur to me, but cocaine has such a psychological addiction that it's hard to stop.
Each month, more states prosecute more women. The women, already sick, are often in an impossible situation. Desperate, in trouble, and addicted, if they seek help, they could risk going to jail. The problem is complex. There is a shortage of treatment facilities, and most drug treatment programs don't want pregnant addicts because they are not equipped to handle them, and they don't want the liability.
Hey, what are you doing down here, huh?
Sandra is 26. She has 5 children. She used drugs for 8 years, but she's lucky. Early in her last pregnancy, she managed to find a slot at one of 4 programs for pregnant addicts in the Boston area, Women Incorporated. They have only 24 beds and a big waiting list.
We have to have more beds because women are just really starting to accept that they need services. And for a long time, they were discounted or denied services. And now they're coming out and asking for help. And at the same time that the budget is being cut, this is not helpful.
I feel grateful to be here. I was a year clean Tuesday.
Women Incorporated works because it is a full-service program. They offer daycare for the children while the mothers get drug therapy.
Okay, the pizza you got.
Healthcare workers are aware of the reality. If women cannot find help and fear prosecution, they will simply avoid getting good health care. The result? Simple. More babies being born outside hospitals, addicted and in danger.